And so we just skirt around
you
it.
listen to the world, and the world says, get out, run.
But that doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like the option the best option. It just doesn't.
Right.
So we kind of keep going. We just and seizing on those good moments and sludging through the bad. But I don't, again, how is this so different from any marriage, in the fact that you have really awful stuff that goes on and really great stuff that goes on, and you take the good with the bad. It's just that the nature of this tends to be less common.
Yeah. And so
a lot less
common answers.
Yeah, right. And honestly, I cannot conceive of an answer.
Yeah.
Other than, and this is where it gets a little kooky, space doctrine-ish, but just finding my divine worth, my value, like growing my spirit to the extent that the external world just kind of falls. And
sort of self-fulfilling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, because all needs really are met through God. Everything is spiritual. It manifests itself temporally. And so, and that's kind of what we're going to try this. Let's just see if I just...
Yeah, it can't have bad side
It
effects.
can't be bad. No.
It may not fulfill...
No, it might not do that, but it will, at least I will feel good about feeling bad. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
We'll be okay.
And we always have the conversation, okay, so there are a lot of single people in the church who are active, and if you're a single person and you're active in the church, then you're asked to be celibate, and you're asked to forgo those desires, and many of them live very long, happy lives being single. And is that too much to ask of them? Is that wrong to ask that of them?
Because at least we have companionship. We have someone to lay in bed at night and laugh with. It's, there's still so much there.
Yeah.
And I feel like with sexuality, you can really feed into that. You can really feed into the fact that, I'm married to a gay guy. He's
sort of
just
blow it up.
freaked out by me, and I can really feed into that. I mean, it's going to be present. It's just going to be present. But you can really feed into it or not. And
right.
some days
we're learning
really
to surrender
hit.
the outcome, whatever
Yeah.
you put. It's that karmic boomerang.
Set
you
your
put it out,
expectations. Surrender the outcome.
and you let it happen, and you let it flow. And the more you try to force it, and the more you try to hold on to it, the uglier and blacker it gets. And that's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Because you're right. We could dwell on the lack of sex or the incompatibility from here till eternity.
Right.
But what's really of value? What is valuable in our relationship to continue moving forward? And that's what we have to keep looking at.
And it's there, I'm guessing, because you're 16 years old.
Yeah.
So it is worth it to you.
It is very worth it.
Yeah.
Which, at the end of the day, then...
So, yeah.
That's the definition
so
of a
maybe it's
fulfilling
not
life.
what someone else would choose, but...
Yeah.
And I can hear all the voices out there saying, get out.
You're idiots.
Right,
Freaks.
What the heck? You don't know what you're missing. No, I know what I'm missing.
I know, I pretty much...
We both know what we're missing. We're well aware.
Yeah. But the other stuff, obviously, just clearly, is worth it for you.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
absolutely.
balances it out. Right on.
Yeah.
As difficult as the other can be, if we dwell on it, then the other outweighs it by far.
So, I don't know if we covered this before, but do you, and this is sort of I hate this question, but I still want to ask it. Do you, both of you, in the resurrection, in your eternal family?
Oh, I hate
don't
this
ask that question. Well,
it's sort of a stupid question, right? But sometimes I think that can factors into, do I want to do this sort of a marriage? And especially when you're investing daily and doing a lot of work to maintain this, and with the sort of the Mormon theological hope of
everyone will be made perfect
of the family. Yeah,
and that's my question. So what if I'm perfected, and my perfected state is I'm a gay man?
Yeah.
I mean, what if we get to the end and that's where we're at?
And actually we did touch on this before.
Okay.
Because because my idea is that sexuality as we know it is very temporal, and sexuality in the hereafter, in the eternities, is going to be a lot different than what we know now. And I feel like if I do everything I feel that God is leading me to do, I'm going to be cool with whatever happens. Whatever it is.
Right on.
And if you're a gay man, then you and your husband and me and mine will totally hang out.
We'll totally hang.
We will totally hang. I don't know. You're really good at painting my toenails. I don't know that I could ever train somebody else to do that.
Right on.
I'll just hang out with you and your boyfriend, because I don't want anybody else. I'm working on not feeling like a hideous beast. Because like all after 16 years of not being physically attracted to somebody. And it's interesting because instead of letting myself go and saying, what the heck, I don't care, blah, blah, I've not worked that much harder, but I still care. I still very much care, because I know that while I might not be a turn on, I know that looking presentable and clean is as much as I'm going to get.
Right.
And that's as much approval physically as I'm going to get. So I'm going to make sure that's in place. I
seem to recall, didn't it get a little almost even confusing for you about, like, do you want to make yourself into an even more statuesque woman? Or sort of...
I went through that.
Or maybe a little bit more boyish, to see if that works. But then, so was that true? Is that sort of...
I mean, there were moments, when we had our kind of big blowout at year 13, I went through all kinds of emotional, trying to figure out, we busted it down to ground zero on everything with the church and the gospel, with family, with our relationship, with everything. And so I went through a process of, okay, what does my sexuality mean? What do I want to look like for me? What kind of person do I want to present to the world? And would it be better if I were a little, less round and soft? But I'm just round and soft. This person that I am today is who I want to be on my terms. Yes, it's hard that, and I went through the whole phase where I didn't want him to see me naked. I was embarrassed, but he was like, okay, this has got to stop, because you're just being dramatic, and this is, come on.
But it would be so hard for you, because like you're not being desired by the one you desire, and like you're saying, it sort of etches away, it erodes your sense of like, wait, what am I, and what do I value about myself, and what is valuable, and to the degree you're like, no, don't look at me, because I'm not good enough for this impossible.
But then it comes back about the scripture about relying on the arm of flesh, and the only place we are told to get our value from is God. And if you're relying on even your spouse, somebody that you're supposed to have this incredible intimate connection, if you're relying on your spouse for that value and that fulfillment, then you're looking in the wrong place.
That's really powerful.
You're supposed to be looking to God, period.
Because men will always fail you.
Men will always fail you.
God will not.
Your spouse will always fail you. We're not perfect people. We're human.
So that's super duper powerful. That's that's a universal lesson.
It's very zen
for non-atheists.
Okay, well, how could we?
But
the universe will never fail you.
Right. Yes. So then it begs the question: do you feel? Can you sense? Obviously, there's a boundary. There's a line though between what you're saying, which is absolutely true and powerful, but yet you're supposed to get something out of your spouse. So where's that line? Do you feel any sense of healthy connection to that line, or you know what I mean? Because other people will say like, whoa, you're saying at the total deference of like zero validation from spouse. No. That's not healthy either. It's got to be the balance.
There's a balance.
So
absolutely.
But that's where it gets filled in with the commonalities that we do have with our emotional connection and our friendship and the love that we do have. It kind of bounces up.
We need to clarify too that there's more than just, we talk about being best friends. I absolutely love her. I adore her, and I had dated other women before finding her, and I kind of had a certain type and they were beautiful women. I had to have something there to be attracted to. There's definitely an attraction on a physical. I can appreciate the beauty, I couldn't have married her just for the sake of being married. There had to be something that we connected.
And just an emotional
physically than
attraction.
Just an
There's-
emotional attraction.
Yeah.